Welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? Today we are looking at my fading test. Now I have been doing this since 2023 and we've been looking at, it's almost filled up, guys. So today we're looking at the fading test, and honestly I think I want to retire some of these, especially this one, because I don't have this anymore. I've already re-gift those already. And next to me, as you saw in this corner here, I just opened the box that I had them in. So this box is actually kept under my table in the dark in a locked box. So absolutely very little. I guess I do need to retire these because this is stuck. No, it was just a little glossy. Yeah, so all of these are kept and they're all here. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to be comparing these. Yes, that's what we're going to do. We are going to be comparing what's in the lockbox. Well, let me rewind and come again. Please excuse me, friends. I think I'm coming down with something. I have somewhat of a headache today. And I am, if you notice, I'm a bit chilly today. And my nose is a bit stuffy, so I might be coming down with something, but I don't have that sick feeling. I just have a headache feeling and a congested feeling, but my body doesn't feel broken up at all. My throat is patent, so I don't think I'm catching the flu, but you never know. Sometimes these things comes in strange manifestations. But in any case, we're going to be looking first at these. Now, these are the Arida acrylic pens. Like, I think I want to retire these today because I've been looking at these since March of 2023. So, gosh, the amount of months, years that passed by. And I don't have these paints anymore. So I will be giving these to my friend. And when we compare them to the one, now the one that is in my left hand is the one that it was in the lock box. And as you can see, the only colors that are faded here are, let me bring you guys in a bit. The only colors that are faded here, as I can see them, is this yellow and this color here. Those are significantly faded. I'm wondering, because I'm noticing also here and here. So I'm noticing some fade in these areas. Let's look at the other side. And this is the other side of that. And as you can see, since 2023, March of 2023, and these have been in a lock box, and this has been in a south facing window since March of 2023, there's not much fading. So these paints that my friend have, for the most part, except for this red here, the warm yellow, well, the warm yellow and the orange and this flesh tone here are pretty good, very good. Okay, so I have retired this test. So let's do the cores right next to it. Yeah. I am hoping that when I do put this video out, I've already, because, yeah, I did it already. Okay. But some of them I did not write the name to the back of it with. So it's like, okay, what are these? You have to, okay, here we go. Here are the cores. Here are the cores. Now these cores have been placed in the window, a south-facing tropical window, since March of 2024. Yeah, so a lot of time has passed, and this is what we're looking at. Let me push you guys back a bit. Okay, this is a lot to do. Yeah, this is what we're looking at. And it doesn't look like, for the most part, they have faded. Let me bring you guys out a bit. Yeah, for the most part, it doesn't look like they have faded at all. Up, all the way up. Yeah, so for the most part, it doesn't look like any has faded. So that's still good. However, my pen ink has faded. So yeah, we did notice that one, that the pen ink that I use to write the name of these scores has faded. The next test is, I think this one is for the Marie's watercolor paints. Let me find the Marie's for you. Okay. So what we're looking at initially, because I do need to let you guys see the whole thing, is that this is the Marie's watercolor paints. Now, I originally had a 18 set of Marie's paint. Let me get those for you. This one here. This is what I call Marie 18 because these were the first watercolor paints that I got. And I bought them right here in the country of Belize. I did saw, I think a few months ago, when I went to one of my local art and stationery supply stores here in Belize, that they had these paints. Again, because they didn't sell it for a long time. I would say maybe, I bought these in 2018, and I think the year after I bought these, it was no longer seen in country. I couldn't find them in country, and I saw them again like a couple months ago. So yes, they're back in country, and I swatched them. Marie's 18, the 15th of August of 2024. And this is what they're looking like now. Definitely the rose has faded, the gamboge. These are the ones that are not, the ones that are loose are the ones that are in the container, and the light green. So let me bring you guys in a bit closer. You guys will be going in and out of this shot because I'm showing you the whole presentation, then I'm showing you exact ones that has faded. So my zoom is going to go in and out. The Persian blue has faded a little bit in this time frame, and the rose, the Persian blue, the burnt sienna, the violet, the white seems to be bleach white here, but here the white has like a little art yellow tinge to it, the loose white, while the white that is that was in the sun is bleached white. So we are looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors out of 18. That's pretty nice. So let's put this back now into the container, and let's go with the Marie's, the newer Marie's that I acquired, I think 2 years ago. Okay, so now we're looking at this set, and this is, I call these the Marie 5 mLs or the Marie's 12. Now this is not it. This was the first Marie's that I looked at, the Marie's 18. So now we're looking at this one right here. Just this. This has been in the lock block. This has been in the lock box, and this has been in a south facing window. Let me bring you guys out for you to appreciate the whole thing. Now this has 2 types of Marie's on it. The Marie's Master is here, and this is the original, well, the 12 set Marie's. And as you can see, the crimson, let's start from the beginning. The vermilion, the crimson, the purple, the Persian, the deep green, the yellow green, and the white have all been faded, and this has been in the south facing window. I know it's since 2023, since April of 2023. I just wrote this here so I could always remember these. And now let's look at these more in zoom so you can appreciate what I am looking at. So as you can see, those colors, and the same thing with the white, you notice the one that has been in the window is bleach white, while the one that has been in the lock box developed like this yellow thing here. But look at those colors since April of 2023. You know, we've seen some significant fading. with the Marie's, I call them the Marie's 12. I don't have a sample of the tubing to show you, and I haven't lost it. I remember I emptied them and I put all my empty tubes in a plastic bag, and I did not throw them away, but I put them somewhere in the studio. So I don't think I have, I'll have to dig up to find those. But the point I'm making is these are now the new ones that I've seen on Temu and on Amazon and on AliExpress, but I did not buy those there. I actually bought these in my country where they're locally sold. The Marie's, I call them Marie's 5 ml 12 sets, or the Marie's 12. And yeah. Now I have 6 Marie's Masters, which are these. Let me bring you guys down a bit. Yes. And as you can see, this one was in the box, and this one has been in the window, and there's no fading. And these have been in the window since April of 2023. So this is good. And again, guys, please remember, I live in the country of Belize. I do live in a tropical climate, and the windows I have these posted in since April of 2023 is a south facing window. Okay, so now we're doing the schminke. I do have some schminke. I was working with it some, and when I work with a product, I like to swatch them out and put them in the window. And as you can see, the one that is moving up and down was the one that was in the lockbox, while the one that was in the window is here, stationary, not moving at all. And so look at that, guys. There is no fading whatsoever. It's like I just swatched these and put them to dry. So, and these have been in the window since April of 2024, and they're still looking pretty good. Still looking pretty good. So this one has been doing good. Okay, so this one is the Derwent, and yeah. Now what we're looking at is if there have been any fading in this, and I have the Derwent Ink Tense half pan paints, and from what I have seen here, since these have gone into the window in July of 2024, there have been no fading in these. Well, I see something. I do see something. I'm trying to figure out if I have it set wrongly. Oh, I had it set wrongly. Because I'm like, wait a minute. I had it set on another sense of paints. Yeah. But no, I don't see any fading whatsoever in these paints. So these paints are they're still on a chopping block, guys. Let's see how they'll look like later on in the year. The next paint is the one that I confused it with, which was the Winsor Newton China. And we're still looking on this. This is the one that's been in the box. This is the one that's been in the window. And magenta, guys. Magenta is starting to fade on me. And this has been in the window same July of 2024. And let me see if I can hold it here while I bring you guys in a bit, so that you see magenta. You see that beautiful magenta in the window side starting to fade, while the magenta that's been in the window is nice and crisp. You see that? Yeah, so the magenta, guys, is beautifully it's the same issue with the white. You notice this one that's been in the lock box is a bit yellow, while this one that has been in the window is bleach. So yeah, it's the same issue with the white. Okay, so the next category next to the paints we're looking at here are the Arteza. These Arteza have been in the window, as you can see, since August of 2023, and I know for a fact that some of them has faded. Trying to pull this, yeah, because it's been a minute since I've been with these paints. So let me just fix them up a bit. There we go. And here's the Arteza. What you're gonna see here is dramatical fading, guys. You will see it right here. Look at that. Okay, so the first we're looking at the apricot, the neon pink, the violet tulip, those colors has faded. Now we're looking at Nepal. Wait. Yes. Now we're looking at Nepal, but I have to be careful because I can't seem to find the paints right now. Sorry. I didn't take it out. Now we're looking at this one. Oh my gosh, look at that. Spice apple is faded. Naples yellow. Those colors are faded. The lilac is still with us. Okay, so now let's remove these. Come on. And let's look at lemon yellow. Oh, ballerina has faded, but lemon yellow is still with us. And now let's look at pale yellow. Yeah, I think it's pale yellow we're looking at now. No, this one. 1 minute. Okay, so now we're looking at, let's remove this one from here. And now we're looking at peach. That has gone. Yeah, as you can see, you can definitely see it here. Peach has gone. Pale yellow is still hanging in there. Now we're looking at this one with gamboge, but bubble gum has gone. Mauve has gone. And our final one is the one that has saffron orange. Blush pink has gone. Saffron orange has gone a little bit. It kind of looked like crimson has gone a little bit, but to me, let's bring you guys in a bit. Crimson has been warmer because this crimson looks kind of cool to me, while this part here looks kind of warm, even though this was the one that's been in the lock box. So yeah, and that's about it. So far it has held up most of the colors in this Arteza watercolor set. So the last colors that we're looking at on this column here is the Monte gouache that I used. And I've had these, I didn't say when I had the Arteza in the window, didn't I? The Arteza have been in the window since August, the 20th of August 2023. However, these Montes were placed in 2024, the 14th of April of 2024. And this is how they're looking at this time. Still looking pretty good, but there is a slight color shift in this one here. The one I want to call, I forgot the name of this. It's not cobalt blue. I think this is magenta or rose. I think this is rose. And as you can see, they have yeah, there's a bit of fade in here. This looks way warmer than here. So the rose do have a bit of fading, so we need to continue monitoring that and see how it will look for the remainder of this year. So now I'm flipping my board over. And on this, we do have more paints. Here we have some paints that I made. They're called Paper Fashion. This is a watercolor making kit. As you can see here, these were placed in the window March of 2023. And yeah, let me take you guys out a bit, bring you there, where you could appreciate what I'm looking at. There's no more lavender. This is the one that's been in the lock box. This is the one that's been in the south facing window in a tropical climate. And you can see my lavender is gone. The golden sky is almost gone, and the red kiss is almost gone. So these paints do fade, but it looks like it takes a while to fade. So now we're looking at the Etcher watercolor, and these have been placed in the window since last year as well, January of 2024. So let's see where they are now. Now I remember when I reviewed these paints, Etcher did say that they do Lightfast testing on those, but maybe not on their Bango. This one, their lime green, because this has been in the lockbox. This has been in the window, and as you can see, the lime green is, yeah, it's faded on me. So, and maybe even the royal purple, I'm noticing a bit of fade in there as well. So those two colors we do need to look out for. Okay, so now we're looking at Turners, and these are the Turner watercolor sets that I have. And I'm just lining them up. I know, guys, I could take them off, but I'm kind of lazy today, so I just want to line them up. And the colors I'm looking at is Mayan yellow, Mayan red, Mayan blue. Why did they give the Mayans fugitive colors? I don't know why they did that, but they did that. And as you can see, those colors are the ones that are fading, and these have been in the window since February of 2024. So yeah, we are looking at some fading with the Mayan colors. The other one we're looking at is, I think these are the Casper watercolor paints right here. And I'm thinking to retire these, guys, because look at it. Look at what I'm looking at. Not that one. Come on, thank you. Yeah, the Casper watercolor. The only color, amazingly, now these are some of the bargain friendly watercolor paints that I have access to in my country, and the green, the ultramarine, and the phthalo blue that looks kind of purple, and the black haven't faded at all. The white still do that strange white thing, but even though these paints cost like, let's say $1, Belize, it'll cost you about $1 US, because it's like $1.95 Belize. That's about $1 US. Ultra phthalo cyan blue, ultramarine blue, this blue, it didn't give a name. I think that's why this green, black haven't faded. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the 12 colors are still good. That's about 40 something percent, like maybe 45% thereabout, 47% thereabout is still good. So we're looking at pretty good paints, but I'm thinking of retiring these because these have been in the window since March of 2023. And next to those are the paints made from makeup, and yeah, makeup number 6, 2, and 7. That's the brand name, and these were placed in the window of March of 2023. And yeah, so I'm thinking to retire these because we get the sense that what will remain after these amount of years, it might fade, but they're pretty good. At least those colors are. So we're retiring those. Now this is the Stylex watercolor paints. Now these are some watercolor paints that are available right here in the country of Belize, and these are placed in the window. I'm getting tired. Last year, July of 2024, and as you can see, my ink has faded for some of them, especially the ink that I wrote with it in the, but also the crimson has faded as well, if you notice. So yeah, so we're looking at and maybe to some extent the vermilion. So we're looking at those colors for right now, the vermilion and the crimson. Those have started to fade. Okay, so this is my Crayola paints that I did. These were the original 8 colors that I had, and as you can see, they're gone. They're really gone. It's only stainage that's left. So these are going to retire too, and these are placed in the window since March of 2023, and they're gone. They're literally gone. So we don't have to disprove whether or not Crayola is have any kind of longevity or sustainability or stability when it comes to their colors, because we have just proven that at least the now newer ones, like I think this one was made in 2019, these ones are no longer good. So we can retire those. However, this one here, let me fix it a bit better. Okay, I fixed it a bit better. This is the Crayola from 1953. These are it. And these are their counterparts. Now, please remember, this has been kept in the window since May of 2023. And that's what I'm looking at. Look at the big difference compared that to these. Come on, guys, look at this big difference here. Look at that. Sorry. And one was placed in March of 2023 and one was placed in May of 2023, which is just a few months difference, you know, like 2 months. And look at those big differences. Yes, the purple is completely faded, the orange, the yellow, but the green still have longevity, the blue still have longevity, whereas on this, none of the colors, not even the black. And look at the black. Look at the back, guys. The black is still there. You know, so much years later and the black is still there. So definitely in 1950, when Crayola applied for the patent, and in 1953, when they did make these paints were made from some really good stock, because for the most part, they still kept, after so many years of being in the sun, actually, almost 2, they have been, the black is still with us. So that is really good black. So we're going to leave this in the window. We already retired the other Crayola set, and we're going to move on. Okay, so now we're here. We're looking at the Sargent Art watercolor paper, the Sargent Art watercolor and the Pointer watercolor. Let's line these up. For the Pointer, we're looking at the red, the pink, the purple, the violet, and that's about it. So those 3 colors are what we're looking at for the Pointer. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at here. Bring you guys in a bit closer. Yes, that's what I'm looking at. For the Sargent Art, I'm looking at the Carmine, the Ultramarine Blue, even though it actually looks violet. And that's it. Those are only 2 colors. And these have been placed in the window, the Sargent Art, June of 2023. And I think the Pointer the same time. Yeah, June of 2023. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. To the bottom of those, let me bring you guys down a bit. We're looking at these 2 colors here. These are the Martini granulating colors. I have a sample of 3, and as you can see, they're pretty good. They haven't faded much. Maybe the Girl Star is a bit, but not so much, and they have been in the window since the same June of 2023. So yeah, so we're doing pretty good when it comes to those paints. We are almost finished. Yay! Now we're looking at Roman Smalls. Now Roman Smalls are some of the finer paints, and they have always blend themselves on their high light fastness and professional quality. Now I don't have a Xeron machine to test light fastness in a lab, but however, I do have a tropical sun, and I did place this in a sun-facing window, and I'm giving you this long intro because my Van Dyke brown has faded. Yeah. So, although Roman Small says their paints have longevity, the Van Dyke brown does not. And these have been in that south-facing window since, I'll have to write it on the back of that one, March of 2023. So let me write it here, just so I could always remember. I remember it's in the 11th, March 2023. So yeah. So I should talk to Roman about the Van Dyke brown. Now let's go on to the other last two colors. The last two paints we're looking at is the Crazy Art watercolor and the basic watercolor. Now I don't think I'm going to keep these in the window for more than 2 years. These were placed in the window, the Crazy Art August of 2024 and the basic just about that same time. So let's see what we're working with when it comes to the basic. Now please, wow, the basic is holding up a bit, guys. Look at that. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that at all. I was expecting massive fading, but only with the pink looking color and maybe one of the yellow looking colors. But the other color, no. What about the, no wait, is that Crazy Art? Or this Crazy Art? I think this is Crazy Art watercolors. Yeah, I think we needs to think of retiring the Crazy Art because you see massive fading. Like, you didn't even think there was a color here, but there was. Look, no color, no color, no color. So the Crazy Art is completely gone. And yeah, so I'm thinking give it another couple months when we do our next check-in for this year. There's a possibility that I might retire Crazy Art. Wow, that's been a lot, like a lot. Sorry guys for making this video kind of long, but it was a lot of paints that we're looking at. Not sure when I'm gonna do my next check-in with these paints, but I will put these back in the window. There's a possibility that I might retire a lot of these because a lot of these have been in the window for, well, some of these have been in the window for at least going on 2 years. Other are completing their year. So I think 2 years is a good enough time frame to leave some of these in the window because I do live in a tropical climate. And you know, it is a south-facing window, which does get a lot of sun. If you are noticing what's going on here, the sun is in my space. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey, and as always, stay safe, stay blessed, and let me know what you think of these this Lightfast testing I'm doing. I call it a fading test. Did some of the brand names surprised you? Did some of the colors surprised you? What do you think of this little demonstration in the comments below? Or have you been doing your own investigation on these paints? Let me know if you have been doing it, and what are some of your amazing findings. Put all those amazing goodness in the comments below, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.